Thanks, Wes. And now let's hear from some senators.
I think it's important that we put in place the total amount of money that was expended on this project and the fact that the Public Finance Authority was the agency where these funds were expended from. Some 20 checks totaling $443,766.26, beginning in July of 2007, when they first installed a camera system for a total of $17,660. And this expenditure covered a period of 20 months through March of 2009. In between, this is what transpired. We had a guardhouse that was constructed, which include change orders as well. The total figure for that, according to the information given to this committee, was $137,000, $701.80. There was a security fence installed, totaling checks $101,206.46. Ronnie Russell, Commissioner One Figure Russell, and myself, we attempted to offer legislation to put in place a subsidy for $25 million. The governor came down here in his second State of the Territory address and beat us up like a drum.
It's a sad day in the Virgin Islands today. I think that today could have been avoided had the governor owned up to what happened, offered an apology, and offered to make the people of the Virgin Islands whole.
But like I always say, Terrence Positive Nelson, Adolphus Buddy Nelson's son, is not going to get caught up in nobody's mess. It's embarrassing what's happening today. It was stated in the New York Post. They're making jokes about which Caribbean leader has spent over $400,000 on their personal residence. I think it was September 25th of this year. Check the New York Post. But what this speaks of more than anything else is the vulnerability of our Virgin Islands Treasury. How many times have this occurred? How many instances have this occurred, not only at Government House, but in other areas? And that is why we must have internal controls in place to secure money. That's why I always tell y'all, we make a lot of noise about getting more money into our Treasury. But if the bucket have a hole in it, and we don't know where it's running out to, then it's a big problem. The governor should have been here today to answer these charges. All these individuals are going to stay up here, and we know good and well they're going to try to save face.
And stay with us on News Channel 8. Your Caribbean Report is up next. Well, let's take a look at your Caribbean Report for tonight. Bolt received the Medal of the Order for Jamaica on Monday at the National Honors and Awards Ceremony. The sprint star holds the Olympic and world title and world's record for the 100-meter, 200-meter, and the 4x100 relay. At 22, he became the youngest ever to receive this order. And in St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Denzel Douglas said that several allegations brought by the opposition People's Action Movement, PAM, against the government has been rejected by the High Court. And that's your Caribbean Report for tonight. A cleanup will be coming to the residents in Castle Burke on St. Croix. News Channel 8's Wes Small has more.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We're here with the General. He wears many hats. Today we're in Castle Burke, where one of his hats is the president of the Castle Burke Homeowners Association. Now, I can remember that I believe it was under the Turnbull administration that y'all got these homes, right? And there was cut the ribbon here, and it was very good that you could own your own property and homes with pride. And General, you are going to have a cleanup on November 20th, and you're a little disappointed in the way you said about 10% of the residents have been treating their property?
Yeah, Wes, good evening. As the president of the Castleburg Homeowners Association, I will say 10 to 6% of the homeowners, them violating the rules, the covenants and restriction. When we purchase these lots and these homes, we purchase it under a condition of you cannot have no more than 2 adult dogs. You can't have no foul house. You can't go and build no, get no pallets and knock up no old foul house. And West, it becoming a problem which part at least 5 to 6% of the neighbors them in violation. The reason why the association and the board of directors use this avenue to contact the media and go public with it, some of these neighbors do not attend to the meetings them. And the neighbors them that in compliance bring that up to the last meeting. So guess what we gonna do? We come in with a plan which part we gonna come in here with a task force. We gonna task out the bad and the dirty, and we gonna enforce the rules and regulation. And if no neighbor should not get mad with the association and the officers them and the board of directors, because when you purchase these homes, we purchase these homes knowing that it's under a covenants and restriction, and that's why the association governed by. And that's exactly what we are use as a tool to guide we and to govern by that. If neighbors ain't come in compliance by November 28th, we are coming in here with a task force, which is liquor enforcement officers, which is waste management, environmental health, Department of Public Work, the police department, public safety, and also one and only West, Channel 8 will be on the
I was
spot.
wondering when you're going to get to me.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, we'll be here too.
Channel 8 will definitely be there. So I am asking neighbors, we are not here to embarrass our neighbors.
Right.
If you have any problem and you need any assistance cleaning up your yard and getting the old vehicles them out of the yard, we will so willing to assist you in any way we could help. Okay. But I just calling on the neighbors them to come in compliance. You cannot have a whole heap of a neighbor want to get 20 odd cats and the neighbor next to, so when it rain, general, and the sun come up and I open up my windows, my whole house smell like I live next to a chicken farm. And it's wrong. And I know it's a environmental problem, and also the liquor enforcement officers is what going to be enforcing it with us. So we're going to come in here with the task force, we're going to task out the bad, and we're going to enforce the good.
Okay, do they eat the chickens?
I think some of them want to fight the chicken. We also give them a spot in the back, which part they could build some foul house, and it's not going to be bothering none of the neighbors. Them that's in the way in the back in the green space. Look how we take care of our community.
Yeah, I didn't know this, that the general and his people, they mow.
Yeah, we maintain our
this
own
is beautiful.
community. We want to be independent. Yeah. I realize low income ain't mean that you have to live in a rundown community. Ain't mean that your place have to be dirty and nasty. No, we could live in a low income community and our community clean as ever. We just have to have rules and regulation, and that's one of the reasons why I purchased one of the homes them in here West, because when I read the covenants and restriction, I like the rules, because I didn't want to purchase a home that you could build a garage, you could go a fowl farm and a pig farm, and I have to live with it because I purchased the homes under these conditions.
Right. Let me wrap this up then. You don't have any chickens on your property?
I surely not.
Okay, here we are at Castle Burke. Stay tuned for the November 20th cleanup. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.